After crossing the half-court line on the basketball court, Dr. Andrew Dick stands still and dribbles the ball as his team is up two with 3 minutes remaining. The other team knows that he's just stalling, and they attempt to foul him to try to get the ball back. However, Dr. Dix is too quick, and no one can catch him. He dribbles around the court untouched for 2 minutes before the horn blows. The fans boo, and Dr. Dix feels like a hero, but he doesn't feel like he won the game fairly. The other team feels helpless. What could they have done? My topic today is the shot clock in high school basketball, a device that changed the game for the professional and collegiate level, but it has not been yet required across the nation at the high school level. I am qualified to speak on the shot clock because of my basketball experience in high school and my year of experience at the collegiate level. There are three main topics I will discuss in my speech. First, I'll give you an overview of the history of the shot clock, from when it was made to the current modern day rules. Second, I'll analyze the advantages of implementing the shot clock, and second, I'll analyze the disadvantages. I'll begin with a short explanation of how the shot clock rules work. The shot clock is simply the amount of time a team has before they must make the ball hit the rim. If a team fails to hit the rim within the allotted time, they forfeit the ball to the other team. Now I'll get into the history. According to the 2020 article, A Historical Perspective of Professional Basketball and Rules Changes in North America by Dr. Norrie, a scholarly journal published in 2020, the NBA introduced the 24-second shot clock in the 1955 season. The purpose was to improve the pace of the game because many teams had begun to stall as soon as they were winning. Daniel Biasone, at the time the owner of the Syracuse Nationals, created the idea of the shot clock. According to Daniel Malia's article written this year, the NBA Shot Clock Central New York Origins, the clock was added 30 years later into the NCAA in 1985. The collegiate shot clock was made to be 30 seconds compared to the professional 24 seconds. Malia claims that the invention breathed new life into basketball and is part of the reason why the game is exciting and popular as it is today. It got players moving more, shooting more, and being more reactive on both offense and defense. In fact, the shot completely evolved the way the game is coached. NFHS, or National Federation of State High School Associations, released guidelines in 2019 that allows states to choose whether high schools will implement the shot clock rule or not. The time allotted is 35 seconds. Therefore, it's important to note that several states have already implemented the shot clock. However, Tennessee is not. Now that I've discussed the background of the shot clock, let's look into what the shot clock provides for the game of basketball. According to Haral Vamja's scholarly article written this year on evolution of technology in sports, an NBA game prior to the shot clock era ended in 19 to 18 because the Fort Wayne Pistons decided to hold the ball when they were winning. From experience, high school teams are beginning to enter the same territory. In one game, the opposing team was up five with 10 minutes still remaining. A player stood at the top of the corner until someone forced him to pass. The entire court's players were as stationary as the fans as the players were as stationary as the fans for an awkward 30 seconds. This happened multiple times. A shot clock keeps everyone in the gym invested. Basketball is known for being fast-paced and requiring notable amounts of conditioning. Therefore, the best way to keep players moving is putting pressure on them. Additionally, a scholar study by Matt Goldman in 2017 called the Optimal Stopping in NBA, Sequential Search in the Shot Clock, shows that the shot clock encourages team play and counts on quick but good decision making. No player wants to have a teammate who's a ball hog. An increased number of possessions paired with a faster pace breaks down teams that have a ball hog. Teams are required to move the ball faster with the possession time limit, so passing and moving without the ball is crucial to scoring points. Lastly, I have specific player experience when I transitioned from the high school to the collegiate level. In high school, our coach would condition us on offense to move defenses in vulnerable sets. On defense, though, I found myself stationary 30% of the time since the player I was guarding didn't even have the ball. But in college, all five players are constantly moving about 90% of the time on both the defensive and offensive end. This shift in pace and intensity made it extremely challenging to keep up with the stamina and demands required to play at the collegiate level. Therefore, a shot clock in high school would help transition players into the collegiate competition. Now that I've discussed why a shot clock could have significant benefits, let's talk about why states are hesitant to change their rule. The National Federation of State High School Associations article states continue to add shot clock in basketball by Tim Layton in the 2023 discusses when NFHS released a rule in 2019 that allows states to choose whether the state high schools will be required to implement the shot clock. He notes that several schools have to purchase the necessary electronic equipment, which is expensive and can be problematic for goals or gyms that do not offer a place to put a shot clock. The GHSA website, the Georgia High School Association, put out a package offer for high schools as state transitions into the new rule. The package includes all of the required technology, but at an initial cost of $2,900. That's without shipping, installation costs, and operating costs. Additionally, goals have to be replaced if they're not installation friendly. Obviously, high schools with very low athletic funding will struggle to raise the money needed. Then it is up to the district to find out where the extra funding will come from. On top of the technology costs, there are costs regarding the operators and the new referee training. High school already requires 3 referees on the court, and a shot clock needs another paid individual to operate the shot clock. Layton noted that these operators have to be trained on rules regarding time resets, since there's occasions when the shot clock doesn't always need to be reset to 35. Lastly, traveling to other states is a difficult adjustment for players. When teams without shot clocks travel to other states where shot clocks are used, players are uncomfortable and they feel more pressure with a new crucial role. In my high school experience, we played in Florida for a tournament. Florida has a shot clock, and adjusting to play with the shot clock is really difficult in a weekend. In conclusion, the ongoing controversy of the shot clock still remains to be disputed across the nation in the states. Today, I have discussed the historical evolution of the shot clock, how it was implemented in the professional scene, then the collegiate, and now somewhat in several states' high schools. I also discussed the advantages that incorporating a shot clock in high school could mean faster play, fair play, better fan enjoyment, and better for the development of players. Lastly, I outlined the disadvantages that come with the shot clock, increased costs, required training, and the challenge for small schools. Now that you're aware of the situation, you may be wondering if NFHS will implement a shot clock rule across all states, or will some states still be getting away with cheap and unearned wins?